Hello and good afternoon. This is Hierarchical from Curbal.com, and in today's video we're going to talk about many-to-many relationships. We're actually going to do three things. Number one, I'm going to show you what a many-to-many relationship is. Number two, I'm going to show you why you should avoid many-to-many relationships. And number three, I'm going to show you how to avoid many-to-many relationships. So, this is a disclaimer. I am no expert in many-to-many relationships, okay? What I am an expert on is avoiding them. So just so you know, okay? If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything there is to know about many-to-many, comment box. We'd love to hear it. But yeah, let's begin the video. Chit chat at the end also. Let's do it. So first of all, let's explain what a many-to-many relationship is. I have here two tables. This is perhaps the most common case. You have a sales table with actual sales, and then you have a budget table with budgeted sales, okay? And you want, of course, to measure how you're doing against your budget. Nothing weird there. So what makes this a many-to-many relationship is like, if you want to join these two tables, you will see that both on date and on product, you have duplicate. So if we look at, for example, let's pick another color. Pink is good. If we look at cheese, you can find cheese in many places in both tables. So that would be a many. It's actually written many to n because n is the number of iterations, which is indefinite. And if we look at the if we look at the date table, you will see that there are also many-to-many. So this is the 1st of January 2018. There are two records, the same is in here. So this is a typical many-to-many. It's perhaps not a true many-to-many, but if you would like to join these tables together, you will get, like it is, you will get a many-to-many relationship, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Power BI and try this with a many-to-many relationship and see what happens, okay? So let's go. So now we are in Power BI and we have a sales table, a budget table, and they are exactly the same as I show you. So there you have them. Sales and budget. And before, if we wanted to join these things together, Power BI would say, you're not allowed. This is I don't remember exactly what it says, but maybe it is a many-to-many relationship. And you have to do something else to fix this. And we will go through it anyhow, what you need to do in case you don't want to work with many-to-many, which you shouldn't. So now it is possible to have, after July update, many-to-many relationships. So if you actually try to join these product to product, you see the many is the asterisk to many. Then it will create a directional relationship by default, but you can change that to single if you want to. Okay, so, okay. I say, oh, fantastic. Now we can do many-to-many joins. Well, yes, but. Huge but. Okay, let's do this. We have date. Oh my God, this is so annoying. Where is it? Just a second. There you go. I hate these hierarchical dates. It just drives me nuts. So we pick date from sales, we pick product, and we pick sales. Okay, so this is how the sales table look like. Nothing strange there. Put it somewhere there. And now let's put, just for reference, we put the three things there, put it as a table, and have it there so we know what records we have. And now we're going to say we're going to pick the date from the sales date, we're going to pick the product, we're going to pick the sales, and then let's pick, we have a relationship now, right? So let's pick the budget and see what it does. And this is where things get interesting with many-to-many. You often will get wrong results unless you know what you're doing, okay? So this is our budget table. If we do like this, if we put product and budget, do you see the numbers that show up? 79 and 81 is what is showing here. If you remember, we had a relationship from product to product. So what this is doing is summing the products for ignoring the date and just going wild with the product and saying, hey, 79, 79, and this date is like if it's not there, basically. So what happens if we change this relationship and say, oh, we take date? Let's do that. What is it doing now? Okay, I'm going to show you. Recognize the numbers now? 22, 68, and 70. So now it's ignoring the product category, and it's actually giving us the budget for dates only. So if I would, let's copy this. If I remove the product from the table, it will actually give us that, yes, it's true, the budget for the date, 1st of January is 22, 68, and 70. Great, right? And for sales is also, just to demonstrate it, we put sales there and we have 70, 70, 140. So this is actually working, and then you can start doing things. But if you add the product filter there, it will ignore it completely, okay? And it will give you the wrong results. So let me give you another example. If you watch my video yesterday, I actually explained or talked about composite models that was also introduced in the July 2019 update. And we had two tables. We have country code that it was this was an Excel file, and then daily subs was a direct query. And now with composite models, you can join these tables, but you will get a many-to-many relationship forced on you. You can't change that. There's just no way that you can do it. The only way to do it is many-to-many. And it just selected by itself. It's a single where daily subs filter country codes. Okay? So that's what it did by default. And as you can see, is of course not filtering correctly, because what we want is exactly the opposite, right? We want country. So we want to hide country code from here, and we want country to filter daily subs. Let's hide that too. Okay? And if we change this to a both directional, it will filter it correctly. But if we don't, it won't. Okay, so this is another example of how things get really tricky with many-to-many. And I have another example. So here we have another example. This is a video I made a while ago. I call it relationship with duplicate values. And this is basically a many-to-many model. So what we have here is, this is the way to solve many-to-many without having many-to-many relationships. Let's ignore that for a second. We'll talk about it later. And we have here a manufacturing table. This is a list of products that are being manufactured by day. So we know how many products we have manufactured by day. If we go here to manufacturing table, we will see it. And then we have a stock table. And here we have the list of products that are in stock. And there are more products in stock that we manufacture. So we basically sell things that we don't produce. And let me show you that very quickly. So this is the manufacturing table. This is the stock. And as you can see, only cyclocross bikes and mountain bikes are common on both tables. So now that we can do many-to-many relationships, how about we give it a go? So we put product ID. This was not possible to do before. It will create a many-to-many bidirectional. Awesome. So now we get product name from the stock table, and we want to know how many of our stock products we manufacture. So we go there to amount of manufactured products, and if you see, it filters correctly. It filters only the product name, the products that we have both in stock and in the manufacturing table, which is those two. Awesome. And it gives us the amount of manufactured products, which is 47 and 26. That is correct. But look at the total. The total is not correct. And the reason for that, I have a video on that, is basically that totals is not the sum of these. It's just filtering both tables in the background. And in this case, it's not passing any filter. So for the total, it's giving us the entire manufacturing table. Okay, there is a way to fix this, and I have a video on that. I'll post it there so you can go and check it out. So this problem we do have also with the intermediate table. I'll show you what that is in a second. But I just wanted to make you aware of another issue you'll have when working with many-to-many, that I found at least. Okay? Okay, so let's continue with this case. Let's say that we have a budget, we have a sales, we manage the many-to-many relationships, and we want to create a real functioning model. One of the things you will need is a calendar. So let's build a calendar. In this case, our sales table has continuous dates. So if I pick distinct values, it will give me a calendar. You need to build a calendar, okay? I'm just going to be a bit lazy and do it like this. Calendar, distinct, and then budget, doesn't matter. It both has the same dates, but let's pick sales dates. So this is going to give me a calendar. Can I pick a format that I actually can read? Okay, whatever, like that. So this is our calendar. And now we said, okay, we want to join date there and date there. And what is happening is forcing us to an inactive relationship, okay? And the reason for that is you create ambiguity in the model. And you say, what are you talking about, Ruth? Like, okay, I have a video on that, of course. So go and check that out. But it basically, Power BI doesn't know which way to go to filter the tables. So it makes one inactive, so you have to activate it with DAX, which is a pain. Things start to get complicated. I mean, it's completely nuts, okay? So how do we solve this? Here's my advice. Stay away from many-to-many as they were the plague. Like, seriously, no. Let's delete this. Let's make this beauty active. And now we have one-to-many, one-to-many. Okay? So the next thing you need to do is to have a product, because we had two many-to-many relationships. So we go here, new table, product. This is our, the one that will have unique values. Let's set the sales at the unique values for product. And there you go. There you go. We put this there. We go product and we go product. And now we have product from the product table. Okay. Date from the date table. Budget from the budget table. And sales from the sales table. And look at that. Okay, let's see if that was correct. So we had 10, 12, 23. Let's order by date. 10, 12, 23, 45. Yes, that's gorgeous. Product sales. Also giving us the right results. Okay, so that is the way you should continue working, even if you have many-to-many relationships available to you. And while we're at it, let's do some best practice. Mark your calendar as a date and hide the columns that you don't want your users to be using or seeing. So the way they should see this is just, if I want a date, I have to go to the calendar. If I want a product, I go to the product, and then sales and budget goes from sales and budget. So it's like super easy for a business user to utilize your models, okay? That is the point of self-service. I don't think many-to-many and self-service go together. So stay away, basically. So here are the things that will happen with many-to-many. Let me summarize this. What is going to happen is that this kind of relationships create complex data sets which either do not return the correct results, use excessive computing because, you know, it's filtering many-to-many. The number of records that it needs to filter and join and stuff is just insane if your tables are big, and sometimes you won't even return any results. So what do you think about many-to-many relationships? Tricky, huh? Okay, I really wish that it wasn't that easy to create many-to-many relationships for a self-service business intelligence tool. You know, for business users, it just makes no sense that you can actually create them like that. But hopefully Microsoft will reconsider and change that a little bit. In the meantime, you've seen this video, stay away from many-to-many relationships unless you know what you're doing. So do it the traditional way. Create your bridge tables and go with that. Okay, that's the best advice that I can give you. So it is Power Week. That means one video a day. And tomorrow we're going to talk about this dual storage thing that they released on the July update. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.